Already all g'day gone. I got the fire roasting. It's the weekend, feeling great. And we are going down under, of course, taking a look at what's been happening in Australia. Here we go. Australia is getting some world recognition, as it should be. Here's me cooking some random Australian curried sausage dish up here in Sweden because my child watched Bluey. I tell you what, can we talk about, and I haven't really even studied this, it's just purely because it's everywhere. Can we talk about how successful that show has been? Now, I'm sure there's been other shows that were obviously really successful in Australia. And I'm sure there's maybe some other shows that have been successful worldwide from Australia over decades. But man, when we talk about this cartoon Bluey, this has got to be up there for one of the most record-breaking, or at least the most world-recognized household name shows or cartoons. And of course, being from Australia. What's also interesting is it's not just a cartoon from Australia, but it's very, from what I've heard, right? Like very accurate and very, well-loved in Australia and elsewhere. So it's not like it's a totally fake show or it has nothing to do with Australia, but rather it's pretty realistic. And of course, it's a great show. And can you believe from just something like that, people are straight up cooking Aussie dishes way up in Sweden, which last time I checked is nowhere near Australia. So I think that's pretty cool to see. And by the way, can we also talk about how good this looks? We have been talking about since, it was probably about a year ago to maybe 9 months ago, we started doing some food videos. They did really well, and I freaking loved it because why wouldn't I? I think we should get back into them. And Australian curried sausage, I think we might have to take a gander at this. I would love to do this for a video. Nonetheless, I'd love to do this just so I can try it. This looks damn good. For reference, for anyone looking, I will have to remember this. Recipe Tin Eats has a good version. Curried sausages are and were our answer to Japanese curry. Should be made with Keen's curry powder, of course. These are all good tips. Really cool. And I don't know if I know about Japanese curry either. But that's a very interesting backstory. Tell me how good this is. Hype it up for me. All right, we go to Melbourne Street for this, where I believe a man stops traffic. We have a good Samaritan here. Look at that whole little family of ducks. How cute. That is awesome. What a good guy. Oh. He stopped the tram. He stopped everything. You love to see it, right? Restore a little faith in humanity. Also, look at that, a Skoda. Wow, I forgot that you guys have Skoda in Australia. And we don't have them here. What the hell? Ducking, good work, mate. Always go to the comments in Australia because, it's always a good time. And we have another TimTam spotting. We saw this last episode somewhere else, too. I don't remember off the top of my head at the moment. But these were spotted in Japan for $4.62 Australian dollars, rather. $1.40 less than Coles. That's pretty significant, right? I mean, that basically puts it at $6 in Australia. Also, let me click on this. Now, I've never seen packaging like that, where it says, oh, I get it. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, so obviously another Arnott's product, Jats, which I've also had those. I've had Jats and I've had TimTams. I've never had them together. This looks actually hella cool. I wonder if this wouldn't only be Japanese market, right? I assume this would be in Australia too. TimTam inspired by Jats, but if you look, you can actually see it in there. Let's scroll over. Look at that. That looks actually hella cool. I bet these are good. I bet these are hella good. Damn it, TimTams, you're always making awesome stuff. Just when I think I've tried almost all of them, you have TimTam Jats. Now I got to see how I can get one of those. Also, stating obvious, why the hell are these cheaper kind of far away in Japan than they are domestically. Rather bizarre. There's a special place in hell for the person who invented this packaging. What is it about it? It looks like it has I don't know if that peels or not. It's vacuum sealed. I mean, that's good, right? For freshness. Are they talking about this thing, the sleeve? Oh, you know what? It's ripped down here. I see right here. Let me show you. Right here, you can see. So that means that this was covering all this, and I'm assuming they're mad because maybe they don't like this part. They couldn't really study the marbling on this thing. That's what I'm going to guess. Either that or they think this is really hard to open. Now, of course, being vacuum sealed, it would be, next to impossible to open with your hands. But you grab some scissors or a knife, should be able to get right through that bad boy, and shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to guess they're going for they don't like the packaging because of this part. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think? Or you could just do what this person does. Just throw the whole damn thing in the pan, and this all melts right off. Get that special extra protein in there. That chemicals and plastics protein. And this next one is stuff I see sometimes, and I always throw in here, not necessarily for entertainment value, but just to get the news out there to someone that might not see it, that might need it, right? Watch out. A new scam warning. Unfortunately, scams are everywhere, no matter where you live. And this is a common scam that's starting to happen in Australia. So go ahead and pause this and read it all if you would like. Basically, it has to do with some banks and debit card stuff. And these numbers are definitely scams down here. These Aussie phone numbers. And some people have confirmed this in the comments as well. But they're, basically a scam saying that they try and act like your bank. They're calling you and they put you on hold and all that. And basically act like there's some suspicious charges on your debit card or whatever. And that they're fraudulent. They need to be passed on to the security hotline. And then they make you give some info if you're believing them. And then, of course, they end up going to work, screwing you over is what happens. So, just be careful out there, as always. I thought I'd throw this up. You never know if it could help someone. Now, this apparent post about Australian Halloween spirit is a little confusing for me, and I'll explain why. First of all, it's a lot more friendly on the surface than some of the past signs we've featured before. They're pretty famous because I feel like I've heard through social media and stuff that Halloween's got a little more traction than it used to, than compared to like 20 years ago or something in Australia than it has, of course, in decades past. But regardless, for any trick-or-treaters, they left a sign. Dear trick-or-treaters, we have candy, but we are at our boring adult jobs right now. Sad face. Please come back at 6 p.m. Happy Halloween. And they got the little Halloween theme there. Very cool. Now, the thing that throws me off is that I suppose candy, that word, does come up and, can be used in Australia. Of course, everyone's different, right? Like even within a country. But I'm pretty sure I was drilled into my head early on that you guys say lollies a lot more than candy. So that's a little shocking to see. Also, what is with this posted on the front door, but it's like a screen door and the actual front door is open. So if you can't tell, you can see into their house. So that's the more concerning part. I'm a little confused about the candy part. Not a big deal, right? Whatever. But hey, I'm not home right now. No one's home. And our door's open. As an American, I'm sorry, that just makes me think bad things. Like it makes an invitation for some bad people to do some really annoying things to your stuff. Yeah. I don't know if this was the smartest move, but Australia, I can't believe this. Look at what has happened. Tim and Tom. Tim and Tom have entered the building and hit the shelves. Get a look at these. Tim and Tom. Cocoa Rich Chocolate. Extra delicious wafers. Let me show you that. Yeah, look at that. Come on now. That is hilarious. Tim and Tom. They got different flavors. You know, they're obviously going for the same type of, like, dude, they really nailed it. Kind of, right? With the font, the color schemes, just the presentation. And I don't think they'd be fooling many people, but maybe one out of, 50 people that pass by this in a hurry and are like, they just grab TimTams, without even thinking about it. They might make this mistake. You never know. Someone's trying to cut into the TimTam market. So, watch out for Tim and Tom's. Got to do a side-by-side comparison with those. Come on now. Careful if someone offers you a Tim and Tom slam. Tim and Tom slam. Some people pay extra for that. And an equally bizarre post from Australia. What on earth is going on down under? This one's titled, "Can't Park There, Mate." Now, I'm not an expert, but that looks like a New South Wales Highway Patrol livery. One of the best in the world. Absolutely love it. That iconic white and, royal blue with the very bright neon highlighter orange undertone there. Really cool car. But it doesn't look so cool anymore, does it? This BMW, or BMW as the Germans say, is, caught between a rock and a hard place. That being train tracks. And something's ripped off here. The door's open. Yeah, this thing's in, this looks like a movie stunt or a GTA 5 stunt gone wrong. Someone can move it before it gets totally turned into dust by a train. What's the story here? And as always, the Australians come up with the best shit, don't they? Just waiting for a mate. Are they waiting to clock something faster than a speeding train? How'd they manage that? That's what I'm saying. And someone said it looks like GTA. That's what I used to do when I was bored. When GTA first came out, GTA 5. I don't remember doing it at GTA 4 so much, but GTA 5, I was a little younger, right? I used to just see, because the damage was like, okay, the damage model, right? I used to see how each car would get damaged. I would leave it there and walk away so you could get a good vantage point and let the car get hit by the train and see what it looked like, But you can't do that in real life. What the hell are they doing? This one's titled Queensland-Style Halloween, and I gotta admit, this is pretty freaking epic. I have never seen this before. I've seen plenty of jack-o'-lanterns, of course, made from a pumpkin. I have never seen a jack-o'-lantern made from a freaking pineapple. Totally love it, because it's got to be getting warm, right? It's almost summer in Australia. And, it's especially Queensland. Come on, tropical. It's probably really warm. Got that nice vibe, right? And why would you make a jack-o'-lantern out of a pumpkin when you can make one out of a pineapple? It's just so much more fitting. This is cool. This is something I never thought I'd see today, and I'm seeing it, and I like it. That's cool. Stick a pizza underneath it for true horror. Gotta see this one. I'm Andrew from K and Burton Real Estate. I'm a massive... There's a closer look. Here is the sidewalk or footpath. Now, tell me. Does that make any sense? How long until that is, vandalized, ripped down, or whatever else? That is horrible. That's a dick move. Get some kids to treat it like a footy banner and keep running through it. I would literally remove it. No concern for sight-impaired people, those in a wheelchair, those with a pram, the elderly, etc. What's next? A false floor in the ground leading to a slide that diverts you into the open home? Don't give them any ideas. Well, if you regularly take the Belgrave line in, I believe, Melbourne, Is this a normal sight? You gotta let me know. Massive capybaras. Chilling with just a guy, just taking a ride. Did he have to pay for a ticket for that thing? I think that thing might weigh more than him. The capybara better have its own ticket, wouldn't want to get tackled. He must be really good at the claw machine. Yeah, for sure. I think the claw machine for that thing would have been a actual repurposed, crane from the docks or something. All right, and finally for this last post, brace yourself for this one. We got Aussie wildlife, but a little different. Not so jarring and big and gross. Well, gross, debatable. Just different than the average Aussie post when it comes to wildlife. This one's titled Crust in Neutral Bay. Can I get an extra serve a pigeon with that order to go? Take a look. The establishment's called Crust. They must work there, right? I mean, they're behind a counter. I think they're getting it already. They're trying it out. Yeah, you see their beautiful menu. They're trying it out, making sure it's up to the standard and making sure it's all fresh. I love how there's no one behind the desk except 3 pigeons. What is going on here? And I would just like to see, what happens from that point forward. One can only wonder. It was already kind of gross when they were pecking the food, but when they hopped in and started walking in it. Yeah, I agree. I think it was gross altogether. I don't think that really made it worse. It was worse from the beginning when they were in there. How long does a shop have to be not attended to for the pigeon to fly in and not immediately fly out? For the pigeon to fly over the top of the counter and multiple pigeons to attend to this and start eating? Yeah, I agree. That's why I was asking, why is there no one back there? Is this place turned on with all the menu TVs on, all the lights, the music going, which was muted for that clip, but there was music playing in the place. The place looks open. It's just there's no one there. Hopefully someone's okay in the back, like not, passed out or something. Other than that scenario, which hopefully wasn't the case. What the hell's going on? But I'm going to cut it there. There was lots of good clips in this one. I thought this was a fun episode and, tons more to look at. So I will do one very, very soon. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have an awesome freaking weekend. And, I will see you down in the comments. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker, y'all. And until next time, catch you later.